Hey there YouTube, I'm back, and this time I'm doing another XP build. This is a build with an Acer Veriton machine here. It's got a full-size CD-ROM here, as you can see, and it's a nice little compact, low-profile case. Now, this is kind of a high-end XP build using components that are technically not meant to run Windows XP, but as you can see, everything does work. And the way I got this working was basically using an external video card. Unfortunately, this is a Core i3-4150, and the onboard CPU is the onboard GPU on the chip is in Intel 4000 series, I believe, and that doesn't have working drivers for Windows XP. But I get around that by using a low-profile video card. In this case, I'm using an HD 8490, I believe this is it, with 1 gig of video RAM. So that works well. And once I install this, then all the drivers work. The onboard audio works, the NIC works, everything works. So let me show you here what's inside. So as you can see here, if I go to properties, and I go to drivers, device manager, everything here is installed. The only thing that doesn't work is, like I said, the HD 4400 video card, but the network card works, the sound works. It's got a quad core i3-4150 running at 3.5 gigahertz, and yeah, it actually makes a very nice retro Windows XP gaming machine that is also very quiet. And you can see, I don't know what I did there, but that doesn't look good. Anyway, let me install my video card here so I can fix that. Alright. Okay. That is clicked in. And we got it. Alright. That's in here. Now I gotta move this guy to that guy using a DV adapter. Alright, let me do that. Ta-da. And then this goes in here. Oh yeah, that works. Now we power up and the machine is booting. Acer. And there we go. We're going to install the AMD Radeon R7 200 series GPU drivers, which is that guy right there. And here we are. We have the AMD Radeon R5 240 with 1 gig of DDR3 memory, and all the drivers work. So yeah, it's a pretty nice system for Windows XP. So you can see here, I'm gonna run Future Mark 3D Mark 03, and for games around that era, like 2003, 2004, you know, decently fast games, like something like Need for Speed, not the original one, the better looking ones that came later on. This is actually a pretty good system. So if I run 3D Mark, you can see here that for these early ones, you can see for these early ones, you can see that I'm getting 1,000 frames per second. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, so you can see here getting 145 frames per second for that. And this is, like I said, a very compact little PC. You can see back here that you have also support for PS2 mouse and keyboard right here. You have a serial port, the onboard video, which is not going to be used. You have 4 USB 2.0 in the back, a gigabit Ethernet, the typical line in, microphone and speaker out, plus another PCI Express 16 for the GPU, and then a PCI Express ×1 for something else. I mean, you can probably install there like a video capture card, perhaps, something like that. Then right now I have 4 gigs of DDR3 RAM installed, but it also supports up to 8 gigs, I believe. You have 3 SATA ports. So one is for the CD-ROM, and the other one is for the SSD that is down here in this tray. The power supply, it's an 80 plus bronze. I think it's not sure how many watts this has. I could multiply it out. You can take a look there if you want to multiply it out, but don't expect much. Probably not more than 300 watts. And like I said, you have a full-size drive bay here. So if you wanted to go even more retro and add like an old floppy controller in there with a USB to floppy adapter, you could actually do that with this one. And in the front here, you have 2 USB 3.0 ports, which actually work at 3.0 speeds in Windows XP, plus another set of headphone and microphone inputs, microphone input and headphone output, and another 2 USB ports down in front right there. So yeah, a bunch of USB ports, support for fast video cards, 4 gigs of DDR3 memory, which is all you need, the max you can support on Windows XP 32-bit anyway. And if you need a parallel port, check it out. You have the punch outs here on the case, and if you go to eBay and you get a parallel port header, a port with the header, with the cable, with the ribbon cable, you can install it back there. So you have another serial port right there, and the parallel port right there. So you can actually pull this out towards the back using one of those parallel ports with the ribbon cable attached to it. Yeah, so you can go full retro with this. Parallel port, 2 serial, everything you need. PS2 ports, full retro. The only thing that's missing is obviously an ISA bus, but for Windows XP, you actually don't need any of that stuff. It's PCI was you have everything you need. You have sound, network, everything. If you were gonna go with the DOS machine, you wouldn't go with this route anyway. And yeah, check it out. Still running the benchmark, and it's 90 frames per second. So that is really good. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you want to check these out, I sell them on eBay, but you can get a good deal with one that is not set up like the ones I sell online. And also, just subscribe and like this video or leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this kind of stuff. And if you know of other systems that are good options for me to test out, I have some other machines that I'm doing the same thing with, Dell Precision machines, and those are going to be coming up in the channel pretty soon. Again, thank you for watching, and leave a comment below and like the video and subscribe so you can see what else I have to offer here. Thank you. Bye.